Week 6 of the high school football season is now upon us, which only means one thing. The pigskin picking prognosticator is once again running around town making his selections. Here's this week's edition of Beat the Ace.
Hello, chump. Something a little different. For the first time in 23 years, professional hockey is returning to Northeast Louisiana. Yes, I already got into a little bit of a fisticuff. Welcome to the Snake Pit, and I'm ready to spew some venom. But I need some help from my newest teammates.
What do you know about football? You know anything? I love football.
Oh, I have no idea. I know about soccer, not about football though. Nothing about football.
Let's go!
Drop the biscuit. Let's go. West Washita tries to put Franklin Parish on ice, but a late power play gives the Patriots the victory. How about the mighty Rebels making a trip to Alexandria?
Mo Levac here from Sudbury, Ontario, Canada. West Monroe wins at squeaker.
While we get introduced to the Moccasins, the defending 5A champs in Ruston, well, they're already household names.
I'm Rex Mo from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I think Jet Hayes will have a hat trick.
Put it on the Jumbotron. More predictions from our guest pickers.
Seth Bacon, Atlanta, Georgia, defenseman. OCS goes top shelf in a win over Delhi Charter.
Hey guys, Darren Dugan here, assistant coach for the Moccasins, and we'll finish it off with Pineville pulls the goalie, Neville pummels the Rebels.
Is Wassman back to full strength? We're about to find out against Tioga. The Wildcats' hopes of a golden goal fall short.
Hey, my name's Kyle Stevens. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, and Sterlington knocks the teeth out of Richwood. Boom!
No Chicklets lost in the Ravel-Madison Donnybrook. The Hornets bloody up the Jags.
No one puts Ryan Gregory or the pigskin picking prognosticator in the corner or the penalty box. But come Friday night, the Tigers break out of the sin bin with a big victory against Beacon Charter.
Grab a good seat for the game of the week. Mangum looking to blemish Faraday's perfect season.
Bryce French, Fairbanks, Alaska. I believe that Mangum's going to have a massive selly.
If you think you got what it takes to hang with the pigskin picking prognosticator, go to KNOE.com. Of course, the puck drops Friday night at 7 o'clock.
Parker Moskal from San Diego, California. I'm president and managing partner number 13 for your Monroe Moccasins. And the final prediction, I like the Mocs to take the Rock Lobsters. We're going to be eating lobster this weekend.